now!
Hello, this is Billy Core from the Nostalgia Mall, and welcome back once again to Nostalgia Mall Christmas 2019. And today we are back with the Carolina Flyer. This is my big Ultimate Windows 98 build. We actually did a video a few months ago where we transferred the guts of it into this new black case. It has an 866 megahertz Pentium 3, a Intel motherboard, a NVIDIA GeForce 4 MX video card, a Sound Blaster Audigy sound card, I think an 80 gigabyte hard drive, and a DVD-RW drive. So what we're going to do in this video is something I wanted to do when we moved this computer to this case a few months ago, but I couldn't remember where I put it. We are going to be putting this black zip drive into this computer. This zip drive has been sitting in a box for many years. I got it, I think, about 5.5 years ago, actually. And it's never even been tested. You can see the front flap is missing, which stinks, but oh well. And it's actually a Zip250 drive, but I don't have any 250 meg disk for it, but at least the option's there if I ever need it. This was assembled in Malaysia. I don't see a manufacturing date. But anyway, there's really no need to be putting a zip drive in this computer. I hardly ever use them. So I guess the real reason I'm putting it in here is just because I can. So let's go ahead and open it up and put it in. Forgot to mention that this system has 256 megabytes of SD RAM in it, and since you last saw this computer, I replaced the CPU fan with a smaller one, so it sounds a little bit less like a vacuum cleaner now. And I've also just realized it was last year on Nostalgia Mall Christmas when we actually upgraded this computer to its current motherboard. And I'm happy to say a year later, it's still working just fine. So let me reach over for the zip drive. There we go. And we are going to install it into this bottom 3.5-inch drive bay. The nice thing about this case is it has two external 3.5-inch drive bays, so we don't need a 5.25-inch adapter. So that's always a pretty nice thing. Now I got to remember how this works. Go ahead and I think we got to take this panel off. And we can take out this lower drive blank. I see, it has little tabs. And there we go. We'll just leave that off for now and make it a little bit easier. Why do cases do this, I wonder? These stupid metal blanks behind the plastic blank. It does not make my job easy at all, especially since this one seems to be very well built. Now if I can get my hand in between the floppy and hard drive, which I don't think that's going to happen. Okay, I've had to remove the floppy drive because there was just no way to get this out without doing that. But there we go. I think we got it. At least I thought we did. We got the right side of it out. Seriously, what is the point of these things? Isn't the plastic cover enough? Well, anyway, that's gone. We can throw that away. Okay. Now I wonder, since I got the floppy drive out, what would look better? Floppy drive on top or the zip drive on top? I'll have to think about that. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the zip drive on top. For one thing, this is going to be a slave to the optical drive, and this way it has a better chance of the IDE cable reaching it. So, there we go. Wish I had a flap though, but we can just go ahead and put this little thing back in. It goes this way. Wait, I don't think I got it lined up properly. Okay, there we go. I think we've got it now. Let's see. And we turn it right to lock. There we go. And we'll put a screw in on the other side. While I'm in here, I'm considering possibly unplugging the front case fan because I do not like the bright blue LEDs in this fan. It would look okay if this had more modern parts in it, but this just doesn't really fit the aesthetic of this computer. Plus, it's kind of tacky looking, and I don't think the front fan is really necessary on a system of this caliber. But zip drive is in, just needs to be plugged in. I'll put the floppy drive back in. Take this thing out first. Okay, put this in. There we go. And once again, we'll pop a screw in on the other side. There we go. Sorry if you can't see that. Okay, now let's work on the cabling. See if I can angle this in a way you can see it. Okay, first let's plug the floppy in. The zip drive is kind of covering it now, so it's hard to connect it. I probably should have connected it before putting the zip drive in. That would have made it a little bit easier, but it's a little late for that now. Yeah, it really would have made it easier. But I think I can finagle it a little bit to get in there. Okay, floppy is plugged in, and now as for the zip drive, here's the slave connector from the secondary IDE channel. We can just plug that into the zip drive. And here's a Molex power connector. There we go. Now let's put the front panel back on. Well, actually, let's unplug that that fan while we're in here. Okay, that's I believe that's unplugged now. Eventually, I am going to replace this fan with either a uncolored one or one that has like a red LED that would look not too bad in this system. I think. Alright, there we go. Look better with a flat, but beggars can't be choosers. Again, I have not tested this drive, so who knows if it'll work or not, but let's go ahead and hook it back up in its home and give it a test drive. Okay, apparently it doesn't like having that fan not working for some reason. And now it's going to have a heart attack. Apparently having a front case fan in a system like this is important, even though it does look better without it. Yeah, it's begging me, please, Billy, plug me back in. Let's turn active alerting off, just to shut it up. Yeah, it's not happy with me. But anyway, let's see if the zip drive is showing up. And it is Zip250 Drive F. Still got the Iomega software installed on here because when I had this system in the beige case, I had a beige zip drive in here and had this software installed, so we don't have to install anything else. So let's pop a test disk in and see what happens. Okay, here we go. See if it makes any crazy noises or something. Sounds innocent enough. And looks like we're in working order. Look at that. Yeah, it's got all the old files I put on this disk back in the early 2000s. Let's find something innocent enough to open. A look from Wolf Mountain. This has a modified date of June 2nd, 2002. I think this might have been my 6th grade camping trip up to the Camp Canoga near Hendersonville in North Carolina. So I must have scanned that. So, looks like everything's in order. And this disc even has this old shame on here. I've shown this before. I don't know what I was thinking drawing this back in, I think, 2002. The safety first family and the safety last family. Oh, good grief. And we can get some technical information on this drive. Let's see, this is a Zip250, a Tappy, with a ROM date of August 8th of 2001. I want to say this drive came out of one of those flat desktop Dell Optiplexes from the early to mid 2000s. I think I bought it at Value Village just as parts and just parted it out, and this is one of the parts I got out of it. And some info on the disc itself. Again, I doubt I'm really going to use this drive that much. I just put it in here just for the heck of it. So, I guess that's really all there is to show in this video. I might do a more detailed update video on this computer later on during Nostalgia Mall Christmas. But until tomorrow, this is Billy Core signing off. Thank you for visiting the Nostalgia Mall. If you liked what you saw, please like, subscribe, and follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You may also support me on Patreon if you would like. The links to these are in the description below. Until next time, this is Billy Core wishing you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.